everyone. Today we're going to take a look at a personal Freeport guild hall on the Antonia Bayle server. This is another home that was just visited on the Antonia Bayle Decorate, and it's currently listed on the housing and leaderboards under the name of Knows Where to Go. The owner and decorator of this home is Gnoreason, and if you are just visiting for the first time, be sure to give him a couple of likes to show some decorator love. Now, this home is very unique. It's not a traditional home. First of all, it's one of the new personal Freeport guild halls. It looks just like a normal Freeport guild hall, but it's one that an individual character can own. So that's kind of cool. But he's also set this one up with all of the avatar camp items in it. So currently in EverQuest 2, we're celebrating the year of Darkpaw with a Masquerades of Divinity celebration all year long. And we've got heralds that are setting up camps all around Norath with tribute to avatars of the gods. And for each of those god camps, if you take part in the quests, you can earn rewards. So I'm going to go all the way around here and we'll take a look at each one. I haven't done much with the camps this year, so a lot of my knowledge is going to come from really old EverQuest trivia. So bear with me. I hope I get a lot of it right. But when you first zone in, he's got a couple of portal items here. It makes it really convenient for easy transport. Of course, the sanctuary tree for our current expansion, Splendor Sky Airy. And then he's got a spirit anchor here as well to go to Opal Plains. A little note that says September Heralds is the faceless, which is in the Feerot, so that's the one that's currently being worked on. When you come in, we've got our first setup here, and this one is the avatar of Teru Mar. I hope I pronounced that right. Now, Teru was the Fathom Lord, I believe. He was over like the father of Erelisi and Nathaniel. Had to do a lot with the plains, overseeing water, I believe. That's why he's got this this look, which I think is really cool. He's got the banner, the banner of the Fathom Lord to go along with it. So this one is set up, and he's got the staff right here. The second one, we have the avatar of Ichi. Now, Ichi, I know, was the wintry guardian. Sort of goes along with the whole idea of water, but not just water. This was more over ice. I know she was the ice form of water. And of course, she's got her staff right here. I think this is so cool with the trophy and the plushie and the banner. He's got it all set up. Over here, he has got the portal to the Great Divide and beyond. And he's blocked off this entrance with a mirror, so it kind of reflects the scene going back. Do not read the sign under penalty of ankle bites. Uh-oh, too late. We'll keep moving on. All right, our next tribute here, he's got it set up for Erelisi. And this is Erelisi Mar, and she was the Queen of Love. I know Nathaniel Mar is her brother. They believe love conquers all. So this is a really neat banner. Banner of the Loving Huntress. And it's a really pretty altar as well. I think her altar is one of the prettiest. All right. This must be Bertox. Yes. Avatar of Bertox. So Bertox, of course, is the plague bringer. I think Necros, disease, right? Plane of disease, I believe, is is mostly his thing. That is a really, really gross plushie. Um, Look, his eye is bubbling up with goo and it oozes out. Somebody had fun with animations on that one. Yeah, that is nasty. There's a reason why I don't play a Necro. Okay. This one, oh, Interrupt. So Inaruk, of course, Prince of Hate. I think Dark Elves. That's actually a creepy looking plushie as well. Very cool. Like how his eyes are glowing red here. So Inaruk, Dark Elves. If Erelisi was love conquers all, I think Inaruk is hate conquers all, or something along that lines. Oh, and again, Prince of Hate. Here's his weapon. All right. Oh, and here is my favorite. We have the avatar of Tanari. Of course, Tanari is the mother of all. I think she oversaw the wood elves and the high elves. So if you were a wood elf or a high elf, hopefully Tanari was your deity. If you chose Karana as a wood elf, I'd like to know why. Because it should have been Tanari. All right. Over here we have Bristlebane. So, and actually, I guess his first name is Fizzlethorpe Bristlebane. So, Bristlebane, of course, is the trickster, king of thieves. He's got a cool banner right here. Can you get a look on that? What is. Oh, I won't be able to click it. I'm having clicking issues. Here we go. So, banner of the Grand Prankster. That's a neat one. Of course, it's not always all fun and games because the fun was always at the expense of all others. But I think Bristlebane was the god of halflings. I think he created halflings. So there's that. And his little weapon over here on the side, I think is so cool looking. Look at that trophy of Fizzlethorpe Bristlebane. A little bit creepy with the skull, but it's really neat with the hat and dancing around. All right, our next guy over here. This is the avatar of Brel Cyrillus. So Brel was the god of the dwarves. I think he created the dwarves, or might have created the dwarves, or pretty much anybody that lived underground. I think it was I want to say the Underfoot. Yes, the Underfoot, Duke of Below. So the banner of Duke of Below. Pretty much anybody that lived underground. So dwarves. I don't think the gnomes. Maybe the gnomes. I think it was just dwarves. But anyway, I didn't play a dwarf. So don't know much about him. Drenal. So, Avatar of Drenal, and I think Drenal is one of the coolest looking gods, if you will. The Silver Reaper, and I think Drenal is considered a god. I don't know. That's another one where I know it had to do with the silver moon, and it was probably a neutral god because although Adrenal had to do with death, I think it was more of like the end of the cycle of life, but not in a negative way. Um, so very, very cool looking aesthetic for Drenal. And of course, the banner of the Silver Reaper. And I think Drenal's weapon. Does he have Drenal's weapon? Oh, I bet that's what this is for. So the trophy, I wonder if he's going to put a trophy here. He has like a staff that has that crescent moon on it as well, I believe. All right. Oh, Karana. So Karana, of course, with the lightning strikes here, Karana was the rain keeper. Fun fact: in early EverQuest, I always thought Karana was a woman. I don't know. I didn't pay close enough attention when I read that lore, apparently. But come to find out, Karana's a dude. So, Banner of the Storm Lord, of course, that all the power comes from storms and um, rain. And so that's Karana. I think it was mostly like a humans that worshipped. Although you had a lot of druids. I don't know why. Again, I was not a Karana druid. I was a Tanari druid, but there were a lot of druids that worshipped Karana as well for whatever reason. Again, if you were one of them, tell me why, because I just do not know. All right, so the doorway over here, again, he's got this blocked with the mirror, and how cool is that that it's reflecting this? You've got a little cart that says snack cart. Enjoy a tasty treat. Don't mind if I do. All right, coming over to the next camp setup. Nathaniel Marr. Okay, so Nathaniel Marr, of course, is the truth bringer. If you remember the raids and Plain of Valor, um, he was a paladin, so he's dressed up like a paladin. He had, who did he have? He was Erlisi's brother. That's right, Erlisi's brother and Teru Mar, the first guy that we saw over here. Him, Teru Mar. He was his son. So anyway, a lot of paladins followed him. I think his altar is really cool as well with the sword. And then Anashasti Sewell. So this one's super, super creepy. I think she started out good. I'm trying to remember back to the old raid. So like she used to start good as like the lady of life and then transform into like some lady of decay and then became like the enslaver of souls. So by she changed her look during the raid um, to being like this undead sort of thing. So she was a goddess that was exiled and unknowingly she brought death upon a lot of the people of Norath. Um, so that's why she has two different looks here. I think man, in EverQuest 2, I think this was around like the Sinking Sands expansion, the Peacock line. Anyway, very, very cool looking. I like that this one has two plushies too. So you have an Ashasti Sewell plushie, and then what is this one? An Ashasti Sewell Undead plushie. So yeah, that one's pretty neat. If I do any of the the camp plushies, I need to probably go and get that. That's really neat. All right. So that's working around the bottom. Now he has also added in a second layer up here, and I'll come back and look at the gazebo, but upper level altars. So over here on this side, we have Moral Thule. Of course, Moral Thule was the god of dreams. So he was either neutral or good. I know Kazakh Thule is his dad. His brother was Terrace Thule, and they're bad. Or at least I think they're bad. I don't know if they're neutral bad. In my mind, they're always bad. But Moral Thule was not. He was, I think, the creator of Froglocks. Am I saying that right? Banner of Dreams. I believe he has something to do with the Froglocks. But anyway, he was the god of dreams. And check out his weapon. It's pretty cool. All right, next to him, of course, we have Solro. And Solro, although he looks evil, he was more of a neutral god. He was actually the Burning Prince. So his dad was Fenenro, who was the Tyrant of Fire. And then his daughter is Druzelro, which we have in a lot of our quest lines that had to do with some of the expansion content that we have. But that is a sweet looking plushie as well. I love the detail and the fire, his whole outfit. Actually, that's really, really cool. All right, next to it, who's this? Avatar of the Tribunal. The seventh, is that the seventh hammer? Oh, he doesn't really look like the seventh hammer, does he? Maybe an EQ2? So the Avatar of the Tribunal, the seventh hammer, he was more of like the bailiff for the court. Although in my mind, the seventh hammer EQ1 style was more of like the long flowing black robe, and I think you had to battle him for like the monk epic or something. I don't remember alliances. It was all like very neutral, I think, because he was the bailiff. Um, but yeah, he's interesting looking. I don't know. I wouldn't have recognized it. I only saw the avatar of the tribunal, so for the seventh hammer, but he's pretty cool. All right. And then this one, are you Praxis? Praxis. Okay. So Praxis, of course, the ocean lord. Um, he's super creepy looking. In my mind, it was always more of like a Poseidon-esque look, but um, I think it was mostly like erudites, like the deep water knights that worshipped Praxis, maybe clerics, some clerics, paladins, bards. Did bards worship Praxis as well? Some of them might have, but anything that had to do with the ocean, I think, was Praxis. That is a really neat banner as well. And then, of course, he has set this up where he's got room for a couple more of the trophies. Looks like the next one is coming is the Kazakh Thule. He hasn't quite got yet, and then a couple more that we have before the end of the event. So I'm going to pop back down here, and then we'll take a look at the gazebo in the middle because I think this is a really neat effect what he's done. So of course this gazebo is just a starry stone gazebo, so it doesn't normally have anything up top, but he's taken all of these plushies and it's all of the little like the ghostly looking plushies of the avatars. And I just love how they're moving and he's got them kind of sticking out around the top. It's very, very cool how he's done that. I love it. It's like they're all up in the stars at the top of the gazebo. That was very smart to display them like that. And then he's got a few of his trophies. So each time that he's adding to the avatar display here and relists it, it pops back in to Hall of Fame. So he's got a couple trophies here and a little note that says, thank you for the Hall of Fame. So this is very, very cool. If you're interested in seeing some of these avatars up close or want to check out what's available from the camps, go ahead and stop by here. Again, this one was listed on the Housing and Leaderboard under the name of Knows Where to Go. Thanks for watching.